Our next coach of the morning is the head coach of the Presbyterian College Blue Hose, Harold Nichols. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Congratulations to you and the team once again on the victory over number 12 Furman. What a great win for you and the program as well as the conference. Heading back on the road up to NC State this coming weekend. You can first talk about the game against Furman and how it all came to the end and the weather delays you endured, and then we'll talk about the Wolfpack after that.
Well, it was a really good night, obviously, for the Blue Hose. Got a very good win against a very good football team. The weather certainly, it was an unusual night. We didn't know there for a while whether we were going to be able to kick the thing off or not, and I think we finally kicked the ball off about 8:45, and which is about, I think it was a 7 o'clock kickoff. So we waited around in the locker room for a long time, and it felt like going into the game that we'd had a good week of preparation and our kids were confident, and all the credit goes to them. So happy for our kids and to get validation for all the hard work that they've put in. I really like this football team. I think we've got good chemistry and good leadership and some key components that I think that make into having a good team. And it was just good to be able to celebrate a big win against a very fine Furman football team. And exciting night for all of us. We turned the page to North Carolina State, and we've got a very tough schedule this year. And you come off of a very physical football game against Furman, and then have to turn around and go to Raleigh and play a really good North Carolina State team, 3-0, and Coach Dorn has done a really good job building his program. This is the second year that he's been there, and you can see the improvements there. And actually, a huge challenge for a football team. And I think our mentality going into this week is, we want to be a better football team and stay on the incline. And regardless who the opponent is, that's kind of been our process that we've gone through, and respecting the process of preparation and trying to get a decent plan to go up there and play against a really good North Carolina State team. But like I say, it's a lot better coming in on Sunday to work, after a win, that's for sure. And so we're real excited about the victory on Saturday night and getting prepared to play a good North Carolina State team this week.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll move to questions for PT head coach Harold Nichols. To ask a question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser, and click raise hand if you join us via the web. Questions for PT head coach Harold Nichols. And Coach, first question for you is from Nick Pierce of the Liberty Flame Sports Network. Go ahead, Nick.
Good morning, Harold. I guess just, with the win over that, you guys came close last year. What's the validation like this year, and just that feeling of getting it done?
Well, I think, as in this process of us transitioning to Division I, that's been one of the hurdles that you got to get over is, playing to win and versus playing not to lose. And, that's a hurdle that we've had to get over. And, I don't think that you can, like I said last week, compare, one season to the next. Each game stands on its own merit, but, our kids, believing that they can win, I think is a big thing for your program. And I think our kids were confident going into the game that if we play the game the right way and perform, that good things will happen to us. So, I think that there's that belief that we have as a football team, and which is a big component into winning games. So, we didn't turn the ball over. I think we had one turnover; they had two, and I think we only had 3 penalties on the night, and had good net punting and played good field position and a very, very good college football game, and which I think we played it the right way. So, our kids understand that if you perform and you play the game the right way, and good things will happen to you. And I think that's kind of what happened Saturday night.
I know you've talked a lot about your kids, and credit certainly goes there. But for you as a head coach, just to kind of take a minute and sit back Saturday night after that game was over with, and some of the struggles that you've gone through here over the first few years of the program. I mean, how good did that feel for you personally?
Oh gosh, it felt great. It did. I think as a coach, you really can't enjoy wins as much as probably you should. I'll probably look back on the season and look back on this win, and it'll put a smile on my face. But I've had a smile on my face for about 24 hours, and I started watching North Carolina State film, and I wasn't smiling anymore. But credit goes to our coaching staff. They had a great plan put together and prepared our kids to play. And for me personally, I talked about giving validation to the kids, and it does, and it just kind of supports the plan that I put in place here, and trying to build a program and not cut corners and do it the right way. And we've struggled some, we have, but through a consistent recruiting and a consistent message here and a commitment by our administration, and things like this can happen. And so I think it's not only a good win for me personally or our program, but it's a good win for our school, and hopefully we can build off of this momentum.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. We still have time for questions for PC head coach Harold Nichols. To ask a question, please press *1 on your phone, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand. You can join us via the web. Coach, I've got a couple for you. First, talk about our defensive player of the week, Deron Dickey, and his performance and what he brings.
Well, I was just very proud of Deron. Deron's one of our leaders on our football team. He's an older kid, been in our program for a while, and it's kind of the some glue that we've got on defense, and he's a big part of that. And made a big play right there at the end, in the fourth quarter, and batted a ball down, recovered a fumble, and really set up our winning scoring drive there. And was all over the field. He's a good tackler, and kind of gets our guys lined up, and couldn't be more happy for him, because he's a wonderful kid and bright young man, and just so happy for him to be able to have a performance like that on a big night like we had.
And the second question I got for you, as you're watching NC State, you played Northern Illinois earlier this year. Any similarities that you noticed?
Well, Coach Doran was up there at Northern Illinois before he took the North Carolina State job, and Rod Carey, who's the head coach at Northern Illinois, was his offensive line coach. So I think there's some similar philosophies offensively. They play fast on offense and are physical defensively, and there are some similarities. But North Carolina State, they've I think they're averaging 515 yards of offense, and they got a transfer quarterback from Florida, and Jacoby Brissett, I think is the young man's name, and he's been a tremendous player here these first 3 ball games. He's really big. He's about 6'6", weighs about 230 pounds, and can really throw the football. Very impressive quarterback, and which will pose a huge challenge for us defensively. And they play an up tempo and do all the things that put stress on your defense. So we've got to be prepared, have a good plan, and get lined up and play fast. And hopefully we can perform a little bit better against them than we did against Northern Illinois.
Thank you, Coach. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions for you, so we'll go ahead and let you go. Thanks for joining us. Congrats again on the win, and good luck Saturday at NC State.
Well, Mark, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for what you guys do for us at the conference office. I want to wish all the other members of the Big South good luck in this weekend's game.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Again, PC at North Carolina State, 6 o'clock p.m. Saturday on ESPN3.